I'm Mike Wilbon. I graduated from this place in 1980. For those of you who don't know, I wrote for the Washington Post for, hesitate to say it, 31 years. I worked for some newspaper from 17 when I started working for the Daily until last year when I resigned from the Washington Post on December 7th because ESPN said, you got to come work for us exclusively. Medill is as responsible for my life as anything. Because those 4 years, I understood that was like a training session. So I loved writing on deadline. I loved going places where people didn't want to go. I loved trying to talk to difficult athletes people thought wouldn't talk. There were times in the early 90s where I was the only black sports columnist in the country. And there was a similar arc for women. I used to know all the black sports writers and all the female sports writers in America. I now don't. That's good. So I think that the doors are more open than they've been. And the only way to make sure they're wide open is to keep busting through the doors. Mark Shapiro was in his 20s, and he was working for the network, and he used to see Tony and me arguing in our offices in the Washington Post. I mean, Tony and I did what we do now in our office in the Washington Post, just with no camera on it and for no extra money. Fast forward a few years, Mark calls me, I was at the NBA Finals in LA, and Mark said, we gotta have dinner tomorrow night. And he said, tomorrow I'm gonna be named president of programming for ESPN. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put you and Tony on television. You have to juggle. But that's what you have to do in real life. I mean, juggling is what starts the day you get out of here. I'm juggling for the rest of my life. It was good practice for me. I'm glad I did it. All I do is juggle. I got three full-time interests. I do PTI, I cover the NBA, and I write a column. If you don't love it, don't do it. If you don't love it, go do something else. Because it's the hours are crazy, the demands are crazy, but my career is a calling to me. It's what I'm supposed to do. It's what I burn to do.